Hey everybody, Jimmy here. Welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, we're talking natural gas, and I'm going to break down UGAZ DGAZ and talk about /NG, the natural gas futures, and kind of give you my take on what I think is going to happen for the remainder of this week. So let's dive in. All right, we got /NG, the natural gas futures. So let's dive in, let's break this down. I want to start on the weekly time frame, and I want to talk about just what I'm seeing. And again, this is just my opinion, so you know, the whole grain of salt thing. I'm just going to give you my idea of maybe what direction things are going for the remainder of this week. And thank you to my subscribers who commented and asked for more natural gas videos. So jumping in right now, we can see if I just look at the weekly time frame, I've got a lower high, a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So it tells me right now that we are in a downtrend on the weekly chart. So that's all we need to know right now. So let's flip over and let's go to the daily chart. And let's see how things are looking over here. And same thing, you can see where we marked before. We got our lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows, and then another lower high, sort of another lower low. This could be a lower high, but as was with this, we might just be having a little hiccup to go higher and then roll over. So right now it looks like on the daily chart, it looks like we're pushing back into our simple moving averages, and then at that point it'll make a decision as to whether it's going to break up or break down. So right now, looking at the daily chart, it looks to me like we are progressing back into the moving averages, so we may see some up moves for the remainder of this week. Now let's go to the 1 hour chart and see what this looks like. So right here we had that, I remember this from last week, that big push back up, like we were maybe going to be correcting, and then right back down. So that's a pretty big rejection with some follow through. So we may have been trickling back up, and then it's going to then work its way back down. That could be a possibility. I honestly really like looking at checking out this daily chart. This seems to be the clearest picture for me. So on the weekly chart, we are in a downtrend. We can see that. But then if we go ahead and we step in one level and we go to this daily chart, you can kind of see that, you know, after that push down, there tends to be a pullback into the moving averages. So sell off here, pull back up into the moving averages. Sell off here, pull back into the moving averages. Same thing down here. Sold off, pulled back up. Again, down here looks like we're selling off. This was just kind of that was that big spike we had with the push down. So it looks like this may push back up into these moving averages. So today, Thursday, and Friday, my take right now on natural gas is that we could have a little more follow through to the upside before making that decision as to whether or not we're going to go down or if we're going to break out and go up. If I were trading this, I would probably wait for the rest of the week and see what we're going to get, see what happens when it interacts with the line. But if you have a position or you're really set on taking a position, I think my bias right now would be that we're gonna move to the upside a little bit more. And when I say move to the upside, I'm meaning the correlating ETF UGAZ. So if we look at it, yeah, this seems really flat. And obviously we make our decisions based off the futures, the /NG, but it should be reflected in UGAZ. So you can see we've got our lower low, lower high, lower low. So I do think that we are going to possibly drift back into the moving averages before making our next decision. So let's set it there. Let's say today, tomorrow, and Friday, we're looking at possibilities of moving up. And then into next week, I'll do another video on natural gas, and we'll talk about, now that we're at some point, what are we thinking about? Are we going to then go down? Are we heading back up? And also, do we need to wait for confirmation? A pullback and then a break of the highs to go higher, or a pullback and a break of the lows to go lower. You always want that confirmation. That just helps make things a little less risky and gives you a little more confidence going into the trade. So that's the breakdown on natural gas. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments, and we'll see you tomorrow.